Hey everyone, welcome back to the X-Ring. On today's episode, I've got something really exciting. I want to compare a CZ455 to the Ruger RPR rimfire. So I think it is a fair comparison because the CZ455, the CZ457, they've been immensely popular for being very, very accurate 22s. We are going to do all of our testing today at 100 yards. Okay, so starting off, we have a CZ455 here. This does have a 20-inch barrel. The cost on this is somewhere around $400. This is completely stock. I haven't changed anything on it. The only thing I've done was add an optic to it. Now, for this optic, this is a Primary Arms 6-30. Big shout out to Primary Arms for providing this. However, the scope is not going to play any factor in this because what we're going to do is we're going to keep everything on 15 power, and what I'm going to do is shoot groups at 100 yards. So that's the first one. One of the things you're going to notice, it has a classic wooden stock. Just looks like your grandfather's rifle almost, you know. It has a sling swivel stud, so I have no attachment for a Picatinny or anything like that. The only thing I had to add was a rail on the top to clamp down onto the little dovetail that goes onto the top, so I could put a better optic on it. Now, I picked this up last week. This is the Ruger RPR. You can get these for about $429. You can get them a little cheaper if you find them online or paying cash or something like that. This is completely stock as well. It comes with an 18-inch threaded barrel, comes with an M-LOK handguard, it comes with an adjustable cheek riser, length of pull, so you have a lot more configurability with that. Now, this does have the F3R machine scope mount, but it has the Burris XTR2, the 5.5 or the 5 to 25 by 50 objective. So I want to put these head to head, see how they do. Now guys, I have a slew of 22 match ammunition, but I think to be fair, let's look at both ends of the spectrum. The guy that's going to try to compete with it and get his tightest groups. So for something like that, we'll use something super expensive like Ely 10X. This has always been the gold standard. This stuff runs about $20 for a box of 50. So that is supposed to be the most accurate, but I don't think it's very practical, but people want to know. The other one coming down would be Federal Gold Medal Ultra Match. Okay, this is the UM22. This is very expensive as well, but nowhere near the cost of Ely. It's still going to be about $10 a box or so, something like that. We'll see what kind of groups we get with this. And then, of course, CCI Standard Velocity. I think this is 3 good groups of ammunition to compare it to because you have your very economical, very easy to get CCI Standard Velocity, but then you have the other stuff. Now, I've tried probably 20 different types of ammunition. I mean, everything from stuff from Germany that's extremely difficult to get, and honestly, these 3 actually do pretty well. So let's go ahead and look on the target. What we're going to do is we're going to have 2 columns, 6 targets. And what I'll do is on the left will be all the CZ455. We're going to start with least expensive being the CCI. We'll start at the top left, then we'll come down. We'll do the Federal Ultra Match, and then we'll come down to the bottom left, and that'll be the Ely 10X. Then we'll switch to the Ruger RPR, go over to the right, and shoot from top to bottom. We'll do 5-shot groups. We'll look and see what it looks like. Stay tuned. So we have the CZ455. We're going to start with the least expensive ammunition, which is going to be the CCI 22 Standard Velocity. We'll do a 5-shot group, top left target. Bullseye. And that's the problem with the CCI Standard Velocity are variances in the velocity. So far, not good. So 3 in the bullseye and then 2 everywhere else. As I tell you what, that's horrible. That's a huge group. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move over to the Federal Gold Medal Ultra Match UM22. UM22. Now, guys, switching between different 22 ammunitions because of the coating on the bullet itself can make some differences in point of impact. But just to be fair, we're just going to keep it going, go with the test. Next one down, Federal Gold Medal UM22. Okay, substantially better group using the gold medal, which is $10 ammunition. Now we're going to switch over to the Ely 10X, and we'll see if this is worth the cost. Again, unless you're doing competition shooting, I don't know if you can justify the cost of this. I mean, it is insanely expensive for a 22 long rifle. Here we go, bottom left target, Ely 10X. All right, guys, there you have it. So only one shot really kind of pulled astray on the Ely 10X. Let's go over to the Ruger RPR rimfire and see how it stacks up to this 455. We're going to start off with the CCI standard velocity, 5-shot group, top right target. Okay, there you go, 5 shots, not too bad. They're kind of centered around the bullseye. Let's go ahead and go to the Federal Premium Gold Medal Ultra Match, UM22. Okay, not bad. You can see the dispersion's a little better with the UM22, so we're definitely getting a little tighter groups. Last will be the Ely 10X. So this is a pretty interesting test, guys, because one's not really outshining the others. These are completely bone stock rifles. I've made no adjustments to any triggers. It's just like what you would get it out of the box. It's really not the best groups. There is a lot of mirage today and a little bit of wind down at the bottom down there, and we are at 100 yards, but still an interesting test. Let's see how this 10X does. Okay guys, so you can kind of see what you're paying for with that premium ammunition. You're getting more consistent velocities. All right, so just to recap, this right here is the CZ455 with the CCI standard velocity. You can see we have a pretty good spread here. With the RPR, it actually did a little better with the CCI standard velocity. Then we went to the Federal Ultra Match. That's not bad. We did have a little bit of wind going on. I could see it, and remember, we are at 100 yards. RPR performed just as well. Now, when we get to the Ely 10X, of course, you can see the group starting to tighten up. We've got 3 shots right in here, but with the RPR, that's not bad either. Honestly, what my determination is going to be on this is for the same money, unless I'm looking for a classic wooden stock. Yeah, they do offer the CZ455 trainer, I think the 457 as well, but you're looking at $800 to $1,000, okay? $800 being on the really low end. Maybe I'm not looking for a $1,000 rifle, okay? Maybe I'm just looking for something in that $400 price point. I've got to put a decent scope on it. And to choose between the two, as much as I like the CZ and as much as of a fan as I am of CZ, I would definitely have to go with the Ruger RPR, only because I have more adjustability with the stock, the cheek riser. The bipod was very easy to mount up. All I have is a sling swivel stud, and I have to use an old Harris that I don't even have cant on. Looking at the groups down there, it's not bad, but there's nothing wrong with this. Plus, I have the threaded barrel. The threaded barrel is going to make it a lot easier. I know I can buy a threaded barrel for the CZ455, but guys, if you're not familiar with these RPRs, changing the barrel is as easy as an AR. You literally take the handguard off, you spin off the barrel nut, and you can put on a new one. This barrel seems to be good enough. So I think bang for the buck, the RPR is definitely going to win it. I don't see any other reason why I would buy anything else, unless you're just into that classic look. I will put the suppressor on it later, but to keep the test fair, and by the way, this does have an 18-inch barrel as opposed to the 20-inch of the CZ, but it's as fair as I can make the comparison. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that review. Stay safe, stay healthy, especially with all this corona going on. Guys, take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.